Now, if you're a Funko Pop collector like myself, you may be subscribed to the Disney, Marvel, DC, or Star Wars Funko subscription boxes, and may have just got an interesting email letting you know the end times are nigh. Let's check it out. Now, as this video's title so bluntly spoke about, the subscription boxes to Funkos are finally coming to an end. So this causes some type of concern for people who have been subscribed to it since the 2 years since it started back in 2015. I thought this would be a very good time to talk about the history of Funko, where it started, where it is now, and everything in between, including the subscription box service that they've been offering since mid-2015. Now, when I woke up the other day, I saw an email sent right to me that talked about the DC Legion of Collectors box I've been receiving since, I think I started at the end of 2015, maybe beginning of 2016, and it just flat out said Funko will be discontinuing the subscription service that they're offering, with the Green Lantern one being the very final one. This is pretty interesting because I've been subscribed for a while, and the last couple boxes we got, myself and my girlfriend, have not been very good. Like, the Justice League one was really good, the Wonder Woman one was great, Superman was great, and they started degrading over time. But the last one we got was the Teen Titans one, and even that one I was like, I think if the next one doesn't step it up, I might just cut tail, might just get out of there. The Green Lantern one is supposed to be next, and I was never a huge Green Lantern fan, so I know they probably have limited stuff they can do by offering the pop, by offering the t-shirt, the stickers, the action figures, whatever else they include in there. But I was like, this might be my last one, so for this to come up, when I'm having that thought, maybe thousands of others really were having that same thought, especially when midway through they decided they were going to take away doing the patches, which they had a patch for every single box that came out, and that now they're going to move to stickers or to socks just to try to mix it up. But a collector like myself just really enjoys collecting the same thing over and over again. So if you're saying it's going to come every single time, I kind of expect that, okay, I want to be the first person to start collecting it, and I'm going to collect each one. That if it just randomly stops midway through or randomly comes at another time, it's a little inconsistent. So I think maybe they had trouble with inconsistency as well. But I wanted to take this as a great opportunity to go over the history of Funko. I got into it relatively late, around when The Force Awakens came out. That's when my roommate at the time got me the very first one, and he looked me right in my eyes and he said, "You're in this now. There's no getting out." And I was like, nah, dude, like, I don't think so. I mean, they're kind of cool. I see them every once in a while. Now, as I'm showing you down here below, I have over 120 of these things, valued at $1,500. Some of them just individually worth $50, and that's not even a lot compared to a normal collector. I'm just somebody who's just picked up things that I enjoy personally. A normal collector can have some pops that are worth $1,500 just on their own, such as like the holographic Darth Maul or Ned Stark from Game of Thrones with his head cut off. Those ones are always worth like thousands for some reason. I don't know who's buying them or who's selling them that much, but it's a good business model to be in. Okay, time for a little history lesson. The Funko Pop Company was an American company, started back in 1998 by Mike Becker, actually, not Freddie Funko, like I had always hoped was the actual person's name. I thought that would be pretty dope. But, not the case, not Freddie Funko. This company started off doing pop culture, of course, so that's where pop comes from, and the little figures were okay around the time, but when they sold in 2005 to become a bigger company, that's when they really invested in the pop vinyls that we see now. Back in 2005, they actually started getting licensed by big companies such as like Sony or Marvel, DC, Nickelodeon, you name it. That's when they started picking up, and after that they started rapidly picking up speed. Now, after acquiring those licenses, they spent the next 7 years just building up revenue, building up a market of pop vinyl specifically, maybe branching off into smaller things here or there. But by 2012, they actually had a revenue of almost $28 million. This was just started by one guy in his house in 1998, and now has picked up to what we know it as today, the big behemoth. This is a company that now has their hands in so much stuff that it's daunting to even talk about. They have pop vinyls, Dorbs, apparel, action figures, plushes, home decorations, just XYZ number of stuff, just an absolute amount. And it kind of makes you wonder, even now that they have Mighty Mugs and everything else, are they potentially saturating the market? Is there too much Funko Pop, and is it something they can sustain any longer? I've had really good talks with other collectors who like Die Hard, go to the different conventions they've been holding, like, or not that they've been holding, but they've been present at, such as Comic-Con, or the Emerald City ones, or any of the other ones that all have their own individual pops that become worth something near instantly, because that's the only place you can get them. They really captured the cornerstone of the market on exclusivity. By having all the different licenses, it didn't stop them from going to all the different locations, such as like Target has some, Walmart has their own, GameStop of course, Hot Topic, FYE, you name it. Most of those locations have very exclusive ones, and collectors such as myself, or heck, even much more hardcore collectors than me, really key in on those. And then they also created Chase as well. These Chase Pops are ones that come out in a very, very small amount, with minor deviations, or sometimes wild deviations, such as I have a Leia one that's now Luke Skywalker riding the speeder bike. And they have the Chase sticker on them, and those just seem to make, I mean, if you find one of those, you can get them for $10, but they become worth $50, like, you walking out of the store. Like, it's one of those things that instantly increases in value. And in a collectible market such as this, where stuff is instantly getting value, it does make you kind of wonder, like, if there's an overabundance of these things, how long is that value really gonna hold? Is this a market that can be sustainable? Let me know what you think. Now, of course, going back to the subscription box services, this was just another thing that they tried their hand in, and it seems like it's finally come to an end. It's finally failing, and the subscription box service wasn't that great. I mean, you would get a pop, or you'd get a box for $35, but you really only wanted the pop that was exclusive to it. But the t-shirt, the stickers, the patches, anything else, unless you were like a hardcore collector and someone who was very interested in these things, they lost value pretty quick to you. You're just like, okay, another pop shirt, great. I don't really care about that. But the Funko Pops themselves, the vinyls, those actually become worth something. But these boxes aren't disappearing completely, actually. They are going to be sold to a retailer. It says unknown at the time. It could be someone like Target, Walmart, or Amazon even, that they could have even more exclusivity to these things. Okay guys, so that's about it. We covered the inevitable heat death of the Funko universe. And let me know in the comments down below what you think. Is this going to truly, is this the beginning of the end? Or is this just another bump in Funko's amazing legacy of growing and capturing the entire market until we live on Funko Planet and it's just Funko's all in our face and Funko's everywhere we go and just pops and there's so much pops? But I know you'll let me know in the comments down below what you thought of this video, and subscribe if you're new around here. Hit that like button if you wouldn't mind, and I will see you later. Bye!